So I played a good couple of Final Fantasies over the years. And for the most part, I could definitely say those were some fun times.
Get down here, murder.
Come on, I don't even think there was no need for her to swipe the sword like that. You ain't do no killing yet.
We had our ups, we had our downs, we had our good times, we had our rages.
If I gotta fight that boss again, chat. If I gotta fight that boss again, bro. If I gotta fight that boss again, bro. No. Nah. Would y'all blame me for quitting Final Fantasy right now? I'm rage quitting. I'll see y'all on the next one.
A few moments later.
As y'all can clearly see, I am on COD. I definitely rage quitted to the max, yeah.
But the good times definitely outweighed the bad times. Today, you guys, we will be rating every single Final Fantasy game that I've played over the years, whether being completed or not, because there is a couple Final Fantasies that I have started that I did not complete. But just from my experience of playing Final Fantasy X, just from my experiences of playing, we will be rating these Final Fantasy games. Now, I did drop a couple of review videos on some of these games separately, but we're just gonna drop our ratings and we'll see where this video takes us, right? Diving into the Final Fantasy genre, y'all, I had no idea what I was about to get myself into, to be honest. It was a roller coaster ride, but it was definitely an enjoyable roller coaster ride at the same time, because y'all know how roller coaster rides get. They're a little scary, they're a little, you feel me? So it's filled with a whole lot of adrenaline, I guess you could say. We will be starting off with my first Final Fantasy, which was Final Fantasy VII Remake, okay? Remake. We did not start off with the original first. We started off with the remake, y'all. Diving into Final Fantasy VII Remake, that was one of the best decisions I've made in my life, to be honest. That was a decision I could definitely say that was spirit-led. That Final Fantasy really just... Y'all see my cat, bro? I'm about to rage. Nah, I would be wrong to kick him out the room, right? Back to the video. That decision was definitely spirit-led, to be honest, y'all. It was one of those times where you're trying to figure out what game you want to bring to the channel, what game you want to play. Then boom, Final Fantasy VII came up. And it was one of those games that I've had downloaded on my console for a while, but you just never dive into. You know how y'all got that game downloaded, but it's just sitting there catching dust? Yeah, we had to wipe off the dust of that game and, you feel me, hop on it. And diving in, bro, getting introduced to all the characters, Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Biggs, Barrett, Jesse, like I wasn't expecting the love that I received from playing that game, to be honest. The story was just phenomenal. The love and support from y'all was amazing. But the story in general, the music, everything I could definitely say about just hopping into Final Fantasy VII Remake was a phenomenal experience. Now, obviously, with the combat system, at first it felt a little stiff because I wasn't really used to playing those type of games, right? At first it felt a little stiff. But, we're getting used to it because it's good to try new things. We kind of fell in love just with everything because at the end of the day, it's not just about the combat, but it's about everything that just builds up and puts the cake together, right? The music, the story, the characters, their developments, and so much and so forth. And I just really enjoyed the story. And obviously, y'all, we finally had got revealed part 3. Revelations is coming out next year. So we're so excited for that. But we'll get to that. But if I had to rate Final Fantasy VII Remake, I would rate it a good 9 for the genre that it's in, to be honest. Then after Final Fantasy VII, y'all, because I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to give y'all my thoughts, quick summary. We had hopped into Final Fantasy Intermission, which is the DLC, of course. I love that DLC. And for the DLC that it was, bro, it was short, but it was sweet. you know, and it was great, and it was just so touching, like the emotions and everything, bro. Like, bro, everything was felt. Like Final Fantasy VII, like we definitely felt some emotions getting, you know, yeah, but intermission, bro, with Yuffie and just her story, and I forgot his name, but you know, I think it was Sonan or something like that. Yeah, I haven't played it in a while. It was just sad and emotional, and it just builds everything together. Like story, it's there. Intermission, I would rate it a good 8, right? Then we dove into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, y'all.
Nice. Okay, Final Fantasy. Cool little Sephiroth. Nice. Oh my gosh, the combat is crazy. Like, it looks so nice. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
A few moments later.
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
Bro.
Rather, what is she?
Bro. Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm so fascinated right now, bro. This is crazy. You telling me there's a deeper story behind Tifa 2, bro?
Rebirth took the cake and just really put the cherry on top. I guess that's the best way I could explain it. Rebirth was a phenomenal experience. They really turned up every single thing, like the combat, the story. Things were just getting so much more like fast paced. The world opened up. It didn't feel as stiff. Like they really snapped. And the thing about I like about Final Fantasy is just the vibrancy of it, like color wise, right? Think about One Piece, the anime. Y'all see how colorful and just vibrant One Piece is, but at the same time it's serious. It's not like a kid's game, like, or a kid's anime. Like, y'all see what I'm saying? Like, it's serious. Yeah, there's goofy parts, but you know, they get down to business at the end of the day. Final Fantasy Rebirth definitely, the way they started off with Sephiroth, the backstory, you know, the village being burnt out, us getting to know everything, more characters being introduced. They did a really good job, and I just really loved it, to be honest. If I had to rate Final Fantasy Rebirth, I would give it a good 9.8. I can't give it a 10 because, you know, like, no game's perfect. There's obviously certain flaws, but I'll give it a good 9.8. Then we had dove into Final Fantasy X, and I don't know, I feel like kind of excited about talking about X a bit.
It's always a cool guy. Who's that? Oh, she is gorgeous. So that's why they call her a summoner. Can we have it on our team, bro?
You know, I really loved X. I love the introduction of the characters, y'all. You know, Titus, whatever, however y'all want to pronounce it. I love the introduction of the characters. I love the introduction of Yuna, you know, the summoner, and just really just like, it's, you know, the love story or whatever they kind of had going on over there. Aaron, and just really everybody else that they showed. You know, the music in Final Fantasy X was great. I could definitely say it was great. I like the music. I think they did a phenomenal job with the music. And just really thinking about it, like Final Fantasy X, I feel like really take the emotions to another level in a sense. I didn't finish Final Fantasy X, y'all. I'm sorry, and I know a lot of y'all wanted me to finish it. I tried, bro. But it's just with the combat system and everything, like, I try to bear with it, but I can't really bear with it. And just there was a whole lot of tedious things, random encounters, and, you know, I know that's an older version of the Final Fantasy, but it's just some things that kind of just threw me off. Then we got to that point where we were at the wedding ceremony area, but we just ended up getting cooked. And when you get cooked, you got to restart from the whole beginning. And it was just a whole lot going on, y'all. I don't know if I'll ever get back to that game. I will see. But if I had to rate it, in all honesty, I would give it a good 8. A good 7.5 out of a good 7.5 or a good 8. You feel me? Just from my experience with it, like the story is definitely there. Like I put in a good amount of hours in it, but I just really couldn't dive deep into it for real, y'all. I'm sorry, do not beat me up. But I'll give it a good 7.5, 8. And I know this might be a lot of y'all favorite Final Fantasy, but you feel me? Yeah, I feel like if they did a remastered version of the Final Fantasy X, you know, with the new combat system, open world, I would go crazy in that. I would finish that whole game, I hope.
Okay.
But that is my rating for Final Fantasy X. Next up, we had dove into Final Fantasy 16.
What type of like masterpiece do it feel like I'm playing / watching right now? Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they got me. Final Fantasy 16 got me. I'm loving this.
Run, Joshua, run! No! Hey.
No. I knew it. Oh my gosh, my feelings, my emotions.
Now, Final Fantasy 16 really, like, that game was really crazy, y'all. And that game, I feel like, is very controversial for a lot of people because people say it deferred or kind of just walked away from the way Final Fantasy was and, you know, to the modern era and ages of games type of thing. But Final Fantasy 16 was honestly a really smooth, I guess, experience. Like, the boss fights and everything, bro, the combat was peak, I want to say.
And here we go.
Dang, this man's a giant. Yo, I know they called him Titan, but I didn't realize it was this big.
A few moments later.
Oh, whoa, I'm supposed to fight that?
Nani?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yo, we're lit. Yo, we're lit. Oh, my PS5 last. Yo, I feel like I'm an anime right now, dog. Yo, I'm sliding.
It was like peak as in like, bro, like not really the combat, but the cinematic, the cinema. I think that's what it was. The cinema was peak. The introduction, even the story there, the story might not have been the best, but I think the story was a good story. Just with Clive and just with the castle being attacked and their father dying, and even us thinking that Clive's brother was killed as well and everything. Like, bro, it was just a whole lot going on, but everything was just put together towards the end. You know, I love just the cinema with the combat. The boss fights were honestly phenomenal. I think the boss fights were really good when I really think about it, y'all. Like those boss fights, like they did their thing with it. They spent a lot of money on this. I just feel like the budget there was, they invested in this for sure. And I feel like Final Fantasy 16 should have got more love than maybe it should have. I don't really know. I gotta look more into it, but I feel like it got a lot of hate, you know, at the same time. And it's like when I really think about it, y'all, Final Fantasy 16 just had, bro, it was actually peak. The romance they had with Clive and Jill, the evil stepmother or mother, I don't even remember but the mother, bro, oh my gosh. The betrayal, bruh, and just like the ending, you know, us finding out that Joshua was alive, then him getting gulagged at the end, bro, dying.
I'm so happy that Joshua was alive, bro.
A few moments later.
Wow, bro. Bro, come on, dog. Don't do this to me, Final Fantasy. What a beautiful scene. But, bro. Dang, bruh. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna attach the Final Fantasy franchise, bro.
And us not even knowing what happened to Clive at the end. Is he alive or is he dead? We don't know. I'm pretty sure they even had a baby on the way too. Clive in jail, bro. And it's like when I really think about it, bro, that game was actually really good, bro. If y'all want me to do a deeper review on Final Fantasy 16, I will. But to the rating, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I would give it, I'm thinking even about the ultimate fight at the end. The ultimate fight at the end was really beautiful. I would give Final Fantasy 16 a good 9. I'll give it a good 9. I'll give it a good 9, to be honest. We're gonna keep it at that. We're not about to argue. If y'all have any arguments in the comments, comment down below, let me know how y'all feel and what are your thoughts. But we'll give it a good 9. Moving forward, we had dove into Final Fantasy 15. I guess Simba coming down and landing in my bed now. They're trying to ruin my video. We had dove into Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, we're ending just like this? Wait, hold on. Okay. So it's the 4 of us against the world.
Let's go.
My gosh. Simba has joined us for the episode Before the Fall. Wow. So y'all show me a glimpse of what's to come. That's what they're doing. Like, what am I looking at? A Final Fantasy for fans and first timers. Beautiful.
Now with Final Fantasy 15, we did not complete a try. I didn't really get too far into it. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't really get too far into it. I don't know. I like the way everything had started though, to be honest. And honestly, it's like when I think about it, maybe I should probably continue Final Fantasy 15. Maybe I'll continue it unalive. Y'all comment down below if y'all want me to do that, you know? But just with the whole introduction with everything, I love how Noctis and just his companions or brothers or his best friends, you feel me? You know, like obviously just the whole attack that happened while he was away in the kingdom, and I believe his dad got gulagged. You know, when I say gulag, y'all know what gulag is, Call of Duty terms, you feel me? Basically got killed. Well, from what I've seen, I haven't completed the game yet, you know? But just with the whole story of them having to retake the kingdom, you feel me? It's cool. The combat system is nice. How they allow us to use the different characters, they allow us to drive the vehicle, the cars. You know, it's smooth. Like, I like it, but we didn't really get too far. And I'm not sure what was going on with Noctis. It seemed like he could probably like tell the future or something, or just have dreams, prophet. I have no idea. But from what I played so far, y'all, I don't really have much to say about Final Fantasy 15. But I would rate it a good 7 from what I played so far, right? But maybe if I continue it out and finished it, maybe I'll give it a better rating for sure. But we'll keep it at that. Let me know y'all thoughts on that, right? But now, moving on to our last Final Fantasy that we've played, but haven't finished yet. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it, but a lot of y'all, I'm sure, want me to finish it. Drum roll. Okay, let's stop trolling. Final Fantasy 7 Original.
And here we go.
It's a life blood. Now, this man Barrett looked like he was doing the shoot, y'all. If y'all know, y'all know. 111, okay. God's with us. Oh, I was just staring at air. I don't know why. I kind of got lost in the sauce right there. Let me buy a flower from you so I can just give it to you.
Boy, if you don't
Okay, Vinci. We get it. I think it's happening again. I won't leave you, Air. I won't leave you again. If I was to propose right now, would I be wrong?
We had dove into that, and I could see why a lot of y'all preferred the classic over the remake. You know, the classic games in general just really gives a good feeling, you know, and I've enjoyed it for the most part. But obviously, just because it's a classic and it's kind of like an older version of games, it is definitely more forgiving than Final Fantasy X, don't get me wrong. But you know, it is beautiful. It gives a very arcadey vibe. You know, it brings back your childhood in a sense. And I really digged it, to be honest. And I feel like if I have not played Final Fantasy 7 Remake for, you know, Rebirth and everything, I feel like I would dive into Final Fantasy Original more. You know, if the original was my first Final Fantasy, I probably would have completed it already, to be honest. But I kind of had took a break from it. But from what I played so far, you know, it's really smooth. But because it's like an older game, I can't really get myself into fully just diving full into it in a sense, if y'all see what I'm saying, you know. but it is definitely more forgiving than Final Fantasy X. If I had to rate it from what I played so far, y'all, it is definitely a masterpiece in its time, I want to say, right? But I would give it a good 8 for the love of Final Fantasy VII, because I love Final Fantasy VII, but obviously Remake, we really like Remake. And obviously from what I played, I prefer Remake over the original. Realistically, y'all, just because of just how things are nowadays, you know, more modern and etc., right? But it was a really smooth experience, like from what I played so far. I'm probably like a good 20 something hours in the game. And I don't know if I want to finish it just because I want to be surprised, y'all, for Revelations. But a lot of y'all have mixed emotions and thoughts about this. Y'all let me know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But that is honestly my thoughts and reviews on all the Final Fantasy games that I've played personally and, you know, completed or not so far. With Revelations coming out, we're so excited for that, and I'm sure a lot of y'all are at the same time, and it's gonna be a fun journey, to be honest. I can't wait. I believe there's another new Final Fantasy that's coming out this year as well. I forgot the name, but it's like another turn-based, I believe. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. And y'all let me know which Final Fantasy game is y'all favorites from which y'all played so far, right? Let me know, comment down below. Let's chat with each other, let's communicate, and you know, let me know how y'all feel about my ratings. If y'all feel, you know, y'all opinions, if y'all feel like I'm wrong or this, and not even wrong, but just y'all thoughts and opinions, you know. Let's chat it up in the comment section. I'm excited to hear what y'all gotta say and what y'all think, right? But without further ado, man, it's your boy Vinci. We're gonna end things right here. I appreciate y'all, my gamers in Christ. I love y'all. And y'all already know how this goes, man. Tap into the link in my description, tap into my Discord chat, you know. Support me more by becoming a member. It really helps me out and just really motivates me, of course, and just, you know, helps me just be able to upgrade my content in a sense, you know, invest. I am trying to get a PC, computer, y'all. I need to invest in that. I am trying to get a computer. So we're definitely gonna get that soon, God willing. We already know what's up, but hey, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Hey, you already know how this goes, man. Let's get it. We going.